welcome to my next video. Today's video is a continuation of my Decay series, which started a while ago. I think it was a year ago, and today I just decided to continue them. I still have to do an 80s look, a 20s look, and then what else? Maybe a 30s look. This is 90s Grunge Inspired Makeup look, which is not really historically accurate. I just take several trends and make it on my own version as well. More like a modern version of what I would wear, but it's inspired by 90s. It's inspired by the hairstyle as well. I try to do something with my crimper. And also on this video I'm going to feature a lot of Urban Decay products which I received recently, and I just wanted to try them out and show you what I do. Mostly the palettes that I use, both palettes that I use are from Urban Decay, especially this Naked Ultimate Basics palette, which is amazing for matte eyeshadows. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this look for you guys. I really hope you stay tuned for the video, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share if you haven't already, and yeah, enjoy. I'll spray this generously all over my face. Whew, smells so nice. This Urban Decay Naked Foundation is amazing. I really love it on my skin. So I'm taking it on the hand first and then just dotting the foundation all over. Because this is a very sheer foundation, it's perfect for summer. I really love it. I've been wearing it this past week, and it actually reminds me of a thicker version of MAC Face and Body. So then what I do is I take a brush. This is Sedona Lace flat top brush. I kind of usually do circular motions and try to really kind of buff the foundation in the skin. Also for the 90s, the complexion was preferred really light. So this color may be slightly lighter than my actual skin tone, but that's what I want to achieve with this makeup look. So the next thing I'm taking is an Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, which is one of my favorites at the moment. It dries perfectly. I think it even doesn't crack into my little fine lines that I have under the eye, and I think it's just a really great concealer. It blends nicely, the opacity is good, and I think it covers tiny minor blemishes as well. So give it a try, one of my favorites. They have a big color selection. And then I'm taking this Sigma Precision brush, which is like a concealer brush, and just kind of blending everything out. As you see, I'm doing these tapping motions and I'm trying to push the concealer on the skin. I like using more sheer foundations and then just adding more coverage with the concealer. I think some people use heavy coverage foundations where they don't need it. Their face and their complexion is already so perfect, and when they do that, it's like, oh. Just use more concealer wherever you want to just fill something in. This is not gonna make your base look cakey, and I think that is one of the most important goals when it comes to face makeup and foundation and basic natural look. So now once that is done, I'm going to take this duo by Makeup Forever. It's called Sculpting Duo. Taking a fluffy brush like this and dipping it into the highlight shade, I will just set my under eye makeup and really mattify this look. I'll still add a tiny bit of highlight because I can't live without highlight. So taking the sculpting side and the powder brush like this, I'm just gonna chisel up my cheeks a tiny bit. In the 90s they didn't use a lot of blush or a lot of bronzer, so I'm just gonna try and add as little as possible. Be careful to avoid these front parts around the mouth, because if I go too far, it's just gonna look ridiculous. So just be really careful, look in the daylight, and build up. I always say build up. It's always easier to build up than take away unnecessary product. I'll take MAC highlighter called Soft in General and just kind of put it on the highest points of my cheeks. Forgot one thing. This is a brow gel by Anastasia in Beverly Hills. I'm just gonna set my eyebrows. Onto the eye makeup. As always, I'm using a base Best in the Good primer, and it's gonna pay you back, I promise. Since this is really monochromatic look, which means it's made in one color, I will use a lip liner that I'm intending to use for my lips. This is called Broken and it's by Urban Decay, and I'm just gonna smudge this along my lash line here. And then I just take a fluffy blending brush like this. This is from Sedona Lace as well, and brushing the product out. Since I have a lot of space on my eye, I have a huge eyelid, I would say. I can do a lot of things with it. But if you have smaller eyes, don't go overboard and put it all the way up to the eyebrow, because it's going to be harder to blend. Just start from really close from your lash line and blend out, and add more product if it's necessary. In the 90s, they weren't big fans of a super intense eyeliner, really defined eyeliner, but more kind of like a smudged way of things. And especially for this grunge type of makeup, this is really important to make everything not as smooth, not as flawlessly blended and smudged. So for this, I like to take a smaller brush because this is helping me blend out that pencil. This doesn't have to be perfect, as I said, because we're gonna go over with some eyeshadows. Okay, so I think this is a very good start at the moment, and now I'm gonna move on to the most exciting part, which is eyeshadows. This one is Urban Decay Naked Palette, which is, I would say, one of my favorite palettes of all time, because it has such a huge variety. I don't know how you pronounce that word. But it has a lot of eyeshadows that you can use for any kinds of looks. I like that they're all matte. So the first color I'm gonna take with that fluffy brush that I used before. I'm gonna take this Commander, and it's a nude type of color, which is gonna be my transition color. And transition colors usually go here in the crease line. Depends on how far you want to blend all the eyeshadows out, but I usually like to add this in a crease area. So once that is done, I actually like to start with the darker shadow, which is Blackjack from the same palette, and it's almost a black, dark brown color, which is gonna go here. And I took the small brush that I had from before, and I like to kind of tap the product in, especially here where you want the most intensity of the dark color. I'm gonna take the color, it's called Lethal from the same palette. I'm literally pressing the product in. And once that is pressed in, taking the same fluffy brush, I'm blending out the edges. And then the last color, which is going to be blended out in the crease, is Extra Butter. I know it's supposed to be a really matte look, but I just want to add a tiny bit. I'll use NYX Jumbo Pencil in Iced Mocha, and I'll concentrate this here in my waterline. Then I'm smudging it on my hand and picking it up with my finger and just pressing it in the middle part of the lid. So for the lips, I'm using the same lip pencil, and I'm just gonna not line my lips actually, but just kind of color them in slightly. I'm gonna kind of use it as a stain, rub it in. So I'm tapping it on. Then the last thing that I decided to add is, because I know they used some pastels and some dark blues and dark purples in 90s, I'm gonna use this color by Urban Decay as well. It's called Flash, which is a beautiful reflecting purple color. And I will just put this here. And that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, stay tuned for the Decay series to be finalized, and enjoy this Easter weekend, guys, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye!